If you are into leadership role in any organization, you will go through these 4 phases. The phase number 1, impulsive phase, where nothing is in your control. You see things are happening, you have no idea why it is happening, what is the purpose, no clue. That is the first stage you will go through. Second stage you will go through is a dependency phase, where you are a people leader on paper, but you are not willing to take the decisions. Probably you don't have the power or you do not have the influence with people, so you do not want to take the decision. So you are dependent upon somebody. And this is a very frustrating phase. Once you go through that phase, you want, man, let me be independent. I just want to be an individual contributor. I do not want to be a manager. I do not want to go to any leadership role. I want to enjoy my technical stuff. Most of the people who are not trained in this area, they may migrate themselves to a consulting role or to an individual contributor role. Nothing wrong in that. But just because you do not know a skill, why do you want to limit your potential? And if you can learn this skill, then you'll go to the 4th phase, the phase of interdependence. So these are the 4 phases. And this was exactly the situation of one of my clients. He was technical giant, really great at performing individually, but he got promoted to a leadership role. And when he went to the leadership role, he just could not handle this first 2 phases, the impulsive phase and the phase of dependency. And he was like, man, my productivity is falling down. I'm not able to grow to the real potential. I'm not enjoying my technical work anymore. And I have to wait for so many people to take the decision. This is not something which I want to do in my life. And he came with this problem and he said, shall I go to the individual contributor role or shall I work in this leadership role? So once we started the coaching, I asked him a simple question. What is your interest? Forget about the role right now. Forget about all this thing. What do you want? Is your goal to be an individual contributor and want to be a consultant as a technical giant, or you want to grow into management ladder in long run? He said, deep within Vijay, if you ask me, I want to be the management side. I do not want to be an individual contributor lifelong. Then I said, great. If you do not want to be an individual contributor, then you need to master this skill, how to become an interdependent. So our coaching program started. So once I started, I did the assessment first, and after getting the assessment, the results showed to me that he was a combination of compliance and sensitivity. Due to that, he was not willing to take any decisions. Why? Because if he takes a decision and decision do not go right, then he will be criticized, which he did not want it. So he wanted to play safe. He wanted somebody else to take decisions so that he can move forward. And then on top of it, he did not have any influence with his team. He was regarded as a positional leader, but he did not have an influence. The influence was higher management. His boss was having a real influence, but he was not having influence. So he was feeling like, I'm sandwiched. Though I'm position leader, but my team is being running by my manager, and he was really fed up with this. So I said, don't worry, there's a process. So because he was a compliant and sensitive personality, he was not good in taking decisions, he was not good in interacting with people, and I started training him. In 3 to 4 months, I trained him in how to understand different people's personality, how to understand their drive, what drives them, what is their motivation factor. And once you understand that, start connecting with people. And he started doing it. I intentionally gave him a simple roadmap. He has 12 people team to lead. I said, you have to build relationship with each of them. In the next 2-3 months, this should be a goal. What they like, what they dislike, what are their motivation factor. I gave him a checklist of questions. How do you connect with people? And he started doing it quite consistently. Actually, it was very wastage of time for him because he felt this is not what I'm meant for. But I changed his paradigm that this would be boring work for first few months. But once the gel up is happened, people start enjoying to work with you, then productivity will skyrocket. And he started doing it. In this process of 3 to 4 months, he started connecting with people. But then again, in the emotional quotient side, he was not assertive personality. When I say he was not assertive, either he will get angry or he will not communicate. And both are not a good symptom for a people manager. He has to learn how to communicate effectively and assertively. So I started training him in assertive communication. That what is the fear of not communicating? Why are you not communicating the way you want to communicate? I started training him. In the next 4 months, he came to a level. So overall 3 plus 4, 7 months down the road, he was in a situation where he started taking independent decisions. He got the buy-in from the team. He started influencing the stakeholders, and he developed himself to a level where he started getting command. The problem which he was looking to be gigantic, which he cannot be solved, eventually he was able to fix in 7 months. Now, if you are in a similar situation where you are at a leadership role, but you feel when you are dependent upon everybody, nobody is listening to you, there's no command, and you're like feeling to go back to your individual contributor role, then I say, hold on, do not give up on your dreams so early. Develop a skill set. It's just a matter of skill set. If you learn the skill sets, it's possible. So what you can do, drop me a message, let us have a virtual coffee. If my experience can help you grow in your career and can help you fulfill your aspiration, I would love to be part of your journey. It was great talking to you. I'll talk to you in my next video with something more interesting.